What is up, everybody? Welcome back, or welcome to Optimal Self Live. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Again, thanks for being here. Thanks for taking the time. Whether you're hearing this live, or you're checking us out on YouTube, or maybe Facebook, or you're just catching this as a podcast. If you are catching this as a podcast and you want to see the live version, you want to see everything that's on the screen, just punch on over to YouTube. Please subscribe and hit that little bell. It'll tell you every single time, when a new one's up, and you get to see the live version, right? You get to see everything that shows up on the screen. And so with that being said, let's get to today's topic. And today's topic is this. Think about it. The topic is success precedes confidence. You hear me, right? Success actually precedes before you have confidence. Most people go through this life, whether it's business or whatever, and they think that they need some kind of confidence to gain it so that they can have success. But the bigger the success, the more little successes, the more little wins have to happen, right? Because small wins make you feel confident. Think about it. Think about the things in your life. Think about when you're growing, right? Think about that little toddler that you have at your house right now, who's little bit, right? They start to stand up. They start to get they're holding on to things. They're learning that balance point. They're doing all these things. It's the little success. You see them light up when they actually get up and they're fully standing, and then they fall back down. And then what do? They try it again, and they try it again, and they try it again. And before you know it, you're literally chasing them around going, man, I wish they weren't walking right now, right? That's literally what happens to us as parents. But what I want you to think about that as yourself, and now as an adult, that what are those little things that I have to do? What are the little things that I can add to my life, that I can do every day, that can start to build confidence in me being the best version of myself? What are those things that we can start doing? What is that little tiny thing, right? Well, I'm going to tell you this. You build confidence by doing. You build confidence by actually taking action on things. That's where it starts to happen. Because once we start to take action, once we start doing, then guess what? We start to gain confidence in the things that we're doing. And you know what happens? Our imagination grows. And we start to think of other things that we can do. We start to expand our horizons. We start to truly become our optimal self. So I'm going to give you 3 things right now today. I'm going to give it to you here that you can do. Small things. Because listen, it's the small wins that matter. Number 1, make your bed. I know, sounds stupid, sounds too easy, right? But there's literally a book, a bestseller, New York Times bestseller, and it's titled Make Your Bed. It's by an admiral from the Navy, a Navy SEAL, and he wrote and it's literally titled Make Your Bed. But what he talks about in there is start your day with a task completed, something that you can do. So when they're building soldiers, when they're building these SEAL teams, these guys that are going to go out and fight for our freedoms, that are going to, protect this country, that when you're building them, it's breaking them down as well. But what they teach is, what are the daily actions? What are the things that I can do to set my day up to make it to where I have wins, so that when I get to the hard stuff, I've already set myself up, right? I'm already building on wins for the day. That's literally what he talks about. It's amazing. I highly recommend the book. If you have a chance, get it, read it, put it on your Audible, go for your walks, whatever you're doing, when you're doing your movement every day, go for a walk, put on Audible on, listen to it, because it's pretty amazing at the correlations between just everyday life for us that aren't the military, that aren't the Navy SEALs, or that aren't those true high performers where it's life and death. But yet there's such a correlation in how that we can build confidence in ourselves, how we can start to become the best version of ourselves. So number one, make your bed. Start your day with a task completed. Number two, hydrate. You guys have heard it pass for me. Somebody asked me a question on a podcast or in a meeting one time. Hey, what's the number one thing that you could give anybody? And it's hydration. Because your brain is over 90% water, and we live in some form of dehydration because all we drink is sodas and teas and lemonades and all these other things. And what it's actually doing is depleting us from our optimal self. So our body is not optimized. And you'll see on the screen, we're going to hydrate. How do we hydrate? With 16 ounces of water, a pinch of Himalayan sea salt, and some lemon. Himalayan sea salt has 84 trace minerals, all kinds of great stuff. Lemon, the benefits are too long to list right here, right now with you. But just understand that, think about this. You got up, you made your bed, you went to the kitchen, you squeezed your lemon, you had your hydration cocktail, and now guess what? You're fueling your brain because you're coming out of a fast. You've already had a task completed, and now I'm starting to hydrate. I'm starting to wake my body up. I'm starting to teach it that it's time to perform, that it's time to have the greatest day ever, right? That's number two. Number three, let's set the day's intention. What do you want to be intentional about today? What is it that has to get done? Pull out your planner, set it up, right? I got mine right here. You can see it, right? You can see all the mess that's in there. Every single day, it gets written in. Every single day, I have a task, many lists of things that need to get done. And it's just about prioritizing them and then knocking them out. So now let's think about this. We're on the journey of being the best version of ourselves. We understand that success precedes confidence. So in order for me to have the confidence to be the best version of me, I got to have some little successes along the way. We also know that you build confidence by doing. You build it by taking action, right? Doing something. So we're going to start with 3 simple wins. We're going to make the bed, we're going to hydrate, and we're going to set our intention for the day. If you just do those 3 things, imagine every single day, and you want to top it off, let's start a streak. Grab a calendar, right? Grab a calendar. Every time you do those 3 things, put an X on the calendar. Just those 3 things. Doesn't matter about the rest of the day. And see how many X's you can put in a row. Because I'm going to tell you right now, confidence is stackable. Your habits are stackable. What you do daily is stackable, good or bad. If you start just by 3 simple things, these are simple, but I promise you this, they will lead to incredible rewards in your life, in your future, and for your family. All right? That's what I got for you today. Let's leave it. Success precedes confidence. So in order for you to have success, what are you going to take action on? What are you going to start to do so that you can build that confidence? And as always, I beg you, there's somebody in your life right now that needs you, that's down in the dumps, that maybe is feeling some depression or anxiety, and you have the opportunity to put a smile on their face. You have an opportunity to help them. So send this. Say, hey man, give us a little look. I know you're down in the dumps. I know your success. I know your confidence is lacking. Here's a way you can build confidence. Share it with them. Let's see what happens. And as always, jump on over Spotify, anywhere, YouTube, all of them. Please, iTunes, give us a like, give us a subscribe, because the more you do, the more they'll push it out, the more people we get to touch. And we get to do this together. All right? So have an amazing night. Let's build some confidence with little tiny successes every single day. And I'll see you tomorrow.